Before the world heard him speak, they already knew his pain. Charlie Chaplin turned silence into laughter, poverty into poetry, and a small tramp into a global icon. Now we trace the fragile genius behind the bowler hat and a lonely heart. One brush stroke, one story. This is Nara Paint. Charlie Chaplin was born into noise, but not the kind that celebrates a child's arrival. He was born into hunger, uncertainty, and a stage already collapsing beneath his family's feet. In 1889, London music halls were bright, but his home was dim. His father, a talented singer, drifted into alcoholism and disappeared from stability. His mother, Hannah, had a gentle voice and fragile health. When her voice began to fail, so did their income. Chaplin was still a boy when he first understood what it meant to be truly poor. There were nights without food, days without warmth. He and his brother Sidney were sent to workhouses, places meant for the destitute, where childhood hardened quickly. The shame of poverty wrapped around him tightly, but so did observation. He watched people closely. How they walked when they were proud, how they shrank when they were defeated, how they pretended everything was fine. One night, when his mother's voice cracked on stage and the audience began to mock her, young Charlie was pushed forward to replace her. He sang. He mimicked. He made them laugh. Coins were thrown, not in cruelty, but in delight. In that moment, he learned something powerful. Laughter could transform humiliation into applause. That lesson would follow him everywhere. Pain was inevitable, but humiliation, that could be rewritten. And the boy from the workhouse quietly began shaping the man who would one day make the entire world laugh. By his late teens, Charlie Chaplin had already decided that survival was not enough. He wanted the stage. He joined a comedy troupe led by Fred Carno, mastering timing, physical precision, and the art of saying everything without speaking at all. When the troupe toured America in 1910, Chaplin saw a different world, faster, louder, full of possibility. Hollywood was still young when he arrived in 1913. Film was considered a novelty, moving pictures flickering for quick amusement. But Chaplin saw something more. In 1914, he created a character who looked almost accidental. Tight coat, oversized pants, cane, small mustache, bowler hat. The tramp was poor but dignified, clumsy but graceful, lonely but hopeful. Audiences instantly understood him. What made the tramp unforgettable was not the comedy alone. It was the humanity. Chaplin poured his childhood into that figure, the hunger, the pride, the quiet resilience. In films like The Kid and City Lights, he blended slapstick with tenderness. People laughed, then unexpectedly found themselves wiping tears away. Chaplin quickly became one of the first global superstars. He demanded creative control, writing, directing, producing, and composing. At a time when studios controlled actors, he insisted on independence. In 1919, he co-founded United Artists, securing freedom over his work. The boy who once stood in a workhouse now stood at the center of an industry. Yet behind the fame, he carried the same question that haunted him as a child. If the world laughs with you, will it still understand your pain? Success gave Chaplin power, but it also gave him enemies. As the world shifted into the age of sound, Many believed silent film would die. Chaplin resisted. He believed silence was universal. Words belonged to nations. Silence belonged to everyone. In 1931, he released City Lights, refusing dialogue. Critics doubted him. Audiences proved them wrong. But the world was darkening. Dictators were rising in Europe. Poverty and fear spread after the Great Depression. Chaplin watched closely. In 1940, he released The Great Dictator, daring to mock Adolf Hitler at a time when few in Hollywood would speak openly. For the first time on screen, Chaplin truly spoke. His final speech was not comedic. It was a plea for humanity, kindness, and freedom. The boldness came with consequences. During the 1940s and early 1950s, political suspicion grew in America. Chaplin was accused of communist sympathies. His personal life was scrutinized. Headlines turned harsh. In 1952, while traveling to Europe, the United States revoked his re-entry permit. After decades of shaping Hollywood, he was effectively exiled. Chaplin settled in Switzerland with his wife Una and their children. The distance from America was painful, but he continued creating. Years later, in 1972, he returned briefly to receive an honorary Academy Award. The audience stood for 12 minutes, applauding the man who had once been pushed aside. The Tramp had always walked forward despite rejection, and so did Chaplin, not flawless, not untouched by controversy, but undeniably human. Time softened the anger that once surrounded him. What remained was the work, fragile, funny, fearless. Generations who never lived through silent cinema still recognize the Tramp's walk, still feel the ache behind his smile. Chaplin did not just entertain the world, he revealed it. In the end, he proved that laughter is not escape. It is survival, shaped by struggle and offered as hope. From a hungry child in London to a legend who made the world laugh through tears, Charlie Chaplin proved that silence can speak louder than words. His life was imperfect, bold, and deeply human. If you found this story meaningful, don't forget to like and subscribe. One brushstroke, one story. This is Nara Paint.